Okay, so here we are in the water, and I'm just going to give her gas. There's not really much you have to do with this one. She goes fairly straight. I'm going to adjust her rudder a little bit as we go. And that's it, I lost two engines, so I'm just going to power down now. The runabout is designed for Kerbal seats only. I mean, you could use it with a cockpit or another kind of can or something like that, lander can, but it really doesn't have the float capacity to handle anything more than a few guys, some basic equipment, and that's what it's meant for, Kerbal seats. So I was trying to turn around here. I picked these guys up that kind of crashed off into the water there as an example, and the boat can run by itself because it has a probe on it, so it is smart to go, you can use it to go pick up guys that are stranded and you don't need to take a Kerbal with you. But this boat, I was turning it around and it kind of beached itself, so I couldn't, even with all the power of the boat, get off the ground. The cool thing about the boat, about the runabout, is it's small enough you can actually run and give it a little bit of a push and push it the right way. And then once it's going the right way, we can get onto it. So we're good to go now. So I'll give you a little bit of a demo on the with the runabout. And here we go, guys. Off we go. Again, it's perfect for a couple guys in Kerbal seats. You can spin it around. It's almost like a bumper boat. You can, slide around in it and drift. You could make a little course with floating pylons and do a drift race. So full power. It is capable of taking off still. It won't take off, but it will come out of the water and land hard enough to actually kill your guys and break everything off the top of it. So you want to take care not to overspeed it. If it's designed properly, it should be able to handle about 60 meters per second, which I'm doing right now, which is more than fast enough for a little tiny vessel like this. So at 60 meters per second, you're still able to have a lot of maneuverability. I can swing it left and right here. And I know you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this redesign. It's much better. Everything is very usable, very fun. And I know you guys are going to like it. Sometimes you have to use your jetpack once or twice to actually get the guy to stand up on the ship. If the ship's on too much of a lean, like this ship's kind of sits at, it's because a V-shaped hull is never going to sit perfectly level in the water when it's at rest. So, I mean, in real life, maybe, I don't know. In this game, it always sits a little bit of an angle, so the Kerbals don't like that too much. So we got one guy in here now. Another guy could go up here. I have a little ladder that's built in here that can come down to this little post here and climb up. And then up here is a little post maybe for looking a further distance. You could probably put another Kerbal seat up there if you wanted to or whatever. I was thinking of doing an IVA for this, but I thought, you know what, IVA is great for bigger ships. For this, just having a little crew cabin, get you out of the rain and the virtual rain, and that would be good enough for us. So I'll leave it at this. The ship is pretty responsive. I have two mid-size rudders on it, so we can do donuts with it if we want. There's enough room in there currently, one extra seat, so we could have two guys on here. But I'll just give you a little down. So this is a fairly stable. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. It is possible to tip over, especially with a lot of rudder power. So if you find that you're a little heavy on the keys and you keep tipping it over a lot, you could always take one rudder off and you'll be better off that way. So this is a great ship. You could even have a runabout, say, linked to this somehow. If you had a KAS winch here, you could hook the runabout to it and drag it up and lock it into place. And this engine here is temporary. I was thinking of making an engine for this boat, but it might be released later on as a bonus item or something. I just don't have the time to do that. I will be making kind of like an internal engine, much like the Runabout has, but for this ship, and gonna build the special features into it as well, so it's not gonna be boring, I promise. Anyways, that's enough. You can see the motion of the ship. It's kind of jumpy. When you slow down, it will lose a lot of that jumpiness. It's just because it's always a fine balance between buoyancy and stability. So the CFG, you will be able to affect its buoyant power each part. So if you want a ship that doesn't bounce so much, behaves a little better, you can reduce the buoyancy a tiny little bit at a time and see what you like. Or if you want, you can increase the buoyancy if you want to go really fast. Because periodically, you're going to get this happen. If you have too much upset and you're going too fast and you're turning, this will happen occasionally. So in this case, we are tipped over and we're not going to be able to tip ourselves back over again. Oh no, I'm giving guys ideas for other kinds of boats. Look at this. Imagine building the boat upside down. You can have some kind of a funky looking ship for sure. Alright guys, thanks.